So we're gonna start all over again. So
Okay.
anyway, what about what I want to do is start this one. Really, I want meat over here. I want this one over here.
Are we going live?
We are recording.
We are recording.
We are. I want Podbean. Log in. I gotta get away from this thing.
I hope everybody's able to stay cool in this heat.
Hanging tight.
It's nice and cool in here though, so we're happy, huh?
Yeah. Dang it. I just got hot earlier, so I'm tired.
I know.
I don't need to say that outside either. There we go. So what we're gonna do is
Here's my goofball.
you're something alright. We want to go start live stream. Yes.
Alright.
New live show.
And we're going to be talking about Nessie, the Loch Ness, and Ogopogo, and Champ. I think they're all kind of linked. They all have a similar look, so...
They're all dinosaurs.
Yeah, they could be. I kind of wonder if they're those plesiosaurus that just never died out. And they've just, been in these deep lakes like that. Because, we're just now seeing like a bunch of stuff, come to the surface that we didn't even know existed, like the giant squid and stuff, so. I believe in Nessie. What?
You're a weirdo.
I'm the weirdo. You're the weirdo. We are the dynamic duo.
We're something alright.
We're so goofy, y'all. Thanks for following us, though. We always try to bring some good topics, so we're just kind of bantering right now, getting everything set up and ready for you guys. So, and then we'll get started on the topic.
Yeah.
So.
Why does it say unable to access microphone?
You're the technical part.
I am not.
I'm definitely not the technical part of this team. We need Gabe.
I need something.
That's my stepson. He's very, very smart. We're so very proud of him. He makes like straight A's and.
No, he don't.
He does good. He's got his SATs like.
It's not straight A's though.
Sean Patrick.
It's not. Don't be lying.
Okay, well, I'm just saying he's very smart. He's really good with his technical stuff. Like he's helped us out before. But he
that's
went
recording,
home.
but this isn't.
He went home. He had to go back to his mom after the weekend. But
yeah. Well.
But anyway.
See, my mic's going through over there, but not over here. We'll get out of that.
So this one's not doing it?
No, Krystal.
Okay.
This one's recording on this screen here, but this one's not recording on the live, which it should be doing both, but it's not.
Okay.
So what I'm going to, I've got too much stuff going on.
Here, hands up.
I don't need you to hand anything. What I'm going to do.
Just hang on, guys. We're about there.
We're getting there.
Yeah, we're getting there.
I didn't want to get into all that. So what I want to do. Go back there. Go here.
Sorry we haven't done an episode in a while. We've had a lot going on this summer too, which I'm sure a lot of you guys do too. The weekend, and there's wanting to get outside, enjoy summer, and go swimming and fishing.
You want to go swimming and fishing and stuff?
I like to swim.
You crazy too.
I'm a water baby.
I ain't.
That's obvious. But anyway. Then last Saturday we went to the zoo, which was really cool. They have two little, they're gonna get bigger, but they're, I guess would be more like babies, Komodo dragons at the Little Rock Zoo. They were really cool.
There we go.
I like that.
I'm getting
I had to get a couple pictures of those. I like Komodo dragons. They're gonna be really awesome the bigger they get. And I mean, they're fairly good size. Like maybe.
Okay, you're like walking.
I know. I was just trying to show them like the size, but it's kind of neat.
What we're gonna do is go here. We're gonna break everything on up.
They have a big enclosure as they start to grow, so that'll be interesting to go back and see them as they're getting bigger. So if they keep them for a while, I guess they will. Yes, I still have my hair tinsel in. It's holding up pretty well, ladies. I'd recommend them.
How do you spell murky?
Murky, M-U-R-K-Y.
You can keep talking.
Okay. I can do that.
I know you can.
Yeah, for the ladies out there, I recommend the hair tinsel. They do last.
We're not doing a beauty show.
I know that, but you know, I'm waiting for you to get started.
I'm working on it. I promise. Alright, now we're going to do this. We're going to drag this over like this.
Yeah, this is going to be a really good episode for those of y'all that even like to watch, you know, river monsters and stuff. If y'all are interested in like Loch Ness and the legends on that, this is going to be a good episode.
Alright, you ready?
I am ready. I've been ready.
Coming to you from the inner sanctum of the Big Blue House, this is Paranormal Adventures with your host, Sean.
And Krystal.
Yeah, boo. I don't know what that was, but yeah, buddy.
Alright.
Oh, hey, yes, we're still here.
Yes, we are ready to get this started for y'all, so...
We are. We're talking Loch Ness and the creepy creatures that live within.
Yes, some like Ogopogo and Champ, too.
Well, we're talking about the Loch Ness and its cousins,
Yep.
Ogopogo and Champ.
They're pretty much the same type of creature, so...
So,
Is it a Plesiosaurus?
I had you pull up the surgeon's photo
Yeah.
of Loch Ness. If you want to get that pulled up.
Okay, well, I think we ought to talk about the history of Loch Ness first.
This is kind of the first picture ever taken of Loch Ness. Or so-called picture taken of Loch Ness.
Well, I mean, I'll go ahead and read this, but then we'll get into some of that. Loch Ness, for those that don't know, is in Scotland.
Scottish
And it's a
side.
very big, very large, huge lake, so...
It's bigger than anything we got around here.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
It brings millions of tourists, even today, from everywhere that they go visit Scotland. In fact, if I ever go visit Scotland, I definitely want to go to Loch Ness, and they've got all the Nessie merchandise you can buy, and
I'm buying me a deep sea rig and going fishing.
you're gonna go try to find
I'll
Nessie.
catch this joker.
So, okay, one of the first photos that was taken was in the 30s, and it was Loch Ness researcher Alistair Boyd helped uncover evidence. Oh, no, this was someone else. See, I don't know.
May I see it? Don't get frustrated. You start talking about Loch Ness and I will do this.
Okay. Anyway, so it's, well, I need to pull up the research on it.
Never mind.
So, do you want me to just start with this and it goes into some of that too?
I want you to do what you want to.
Okay, well, I'm going to start with the origin stuff because I think that's the best place to start. The Loch Ness Monster, Scottish Gaelic. I cannot speak Scottish, so I'm not even going to try. Known affectionately as Nessie, is a mythical creature in Scottish folklore that is said to inhabit Loch Ness in the Scottish Highlands. It is often described as a large, long-necked and with one or more humps protruding from the water. Popular interest and belief in the creature was varied since it was brought to worldwide attention in 1933. I think that's when the first photo was taken, Sean.
Yeah.
Evidence of its existence is anecdotal, with a number of disputed photographs and sonar readings. So, and this is where it talks about that, and I will post some pictures of some of these sightings and different evidence for you guys on our page. I'll try to do that tonight because I stay up later than he does.
I'm in bed by 8:30.
Yeah.
I'm asleep.
I'm up. I'm a night owl, so I'll get those posted for you guys later. But it's the surgeon's photograph, and it was in 1934, now known to have been a hoax. I don't know. I guess there was things that came about that he built this, Sean.
What it comes out to be, and from what I remember doing some stuff I listened to and watched and stuff,
Yeah.
the way it was explained was that they used what they called said it was a remote controlled submarine where you stand on the shore and you operate it with remote control.
Yeah.
You know, kind of like the remote control cars
Right.
and boats and stuff. And they built a neck onto it.
Oh.
And they custom fitted a neck onto it that looked like a Nessie's neck.
Right.
And the way the picture is taken, it's just all you see is the image of the creature and water around it. There's nothing for size comparison.
Right.
So this thing was small, but the way it was photographed,
yeah.
it made it look massive. And it's kind of like how they did with, you know, we kind of talked about it before, it's kind of the way they did like in the Lord of the Rings movies.
Yeah.
You know, the guys that played the Hobbits were the same height as the guys that played like the other characters, but the way that they shot it, it made them look shorter than the others.
They were a way to film it to make them look small. Yeah.
The way he photographed it made it look larger than what it was. There's no frame of reference of the size.
Yeah.
So it came out in later years that, you know, they call it the surgeon's photo because a surgeon had the photo.
Yeah, that was in the documentary about that, but it didn't talk about it being a hoax.
But yeah,
that's kind of sad. That kind of makes me sad that was proved a hoax, but I still don't want to discount other people's sightings though, because there's been so many sightings, and not just in Canada. And then there was a lake on this documentary that has some frozen areas, and it was observed from the space station. they were monitoring Earth. They were looking at some different things. Well, they saw these big rings, and they said that that it couldn't have been like the volcanic activity and stuff because it was nowhere near the volcanoes,
Yeah.
and they cannot explain it. And they're wondering if it has to do with Nessie because there's been sightings there too. And then of course Canada. Then we get into Ogopogo, and then there's Lake Champlain, so they call him Champ.
Yeah.
So we'll get into some of that too, but
I kind of want to talk about a few of the hoaxes around
of
Loch Ness.
course.
I'm not saying that I don't believe in Loch Ness, but I'm not going to say that I do either. I'm kind of on the fence about it, but I find some of the hoaxes interesting.
Yeah. Well, I like the real deal, but I think she's real. But so it's good that we have contrasting stuff though, because then we can
Yeah.
bring you hoaxes and then bring you evidence.
Um,
So let's see. It says the scientific community explains the alleged sightings of the Loch Ness monster as hoaxes, wishful thinking, and misidentification of mundane objects. The pseudoscience and subculture of cryptozoology has placed particular emphasis on the creature. I can read some sightings too if you want. And then after I do some sightings, you can do a hoax or some
Okay.
hoaxes. So first we'll do some sightings. Saint Columba, it says 565. The earliest report of a monster in the vicinity of Loch Ness appears in the life of Saint Columba by Adam Nan, written in the 17th century AD. According to Adam Nan, I can't really pronounce that, but according to his writing about a century after the events described, Irish monk Saint Columba was staying in the land of the Picts with his companions when he encountered local residents burying a man by the river Ness. They explained that the man was swimming in the river when he was attacked by a water beast that mauled him and dragged him underwater. Despite their attempts to rescue him by boat, Columbus sent a follower, Eugene Moku men, to swim across the river. The beast approached him, but Columba made the sign of the cross and said, "Go no further. Do not touch the man. Go back at once." The creature stopped as if it had been pulled back with ropes and fled. And Columba's men and the Picts gave thanks for what they perceived as a miracle. And that was in the 17th century, so that's like the first sighting at the Loch Ness. Do you want me to keep going?
well, if you want to.
This is D. Mackenzie, 1871 or 1872 it says. In October 1871, D. Mackenzie of Balnain reportedly saw an object resembling a log or an upturned boat wriggling and churning up the water, moving slowly at first before disappearing at a faster speed.
How does the log wiggle?
I don't know. The account was not published until 1934 when Mackenzie sent his story in a letter to Rupert Gould. Shortly after, popular interest in the monster increased. And then I've got another one. Alexander MacDonald, 1888. In 1888, Mason Alexander MacDonald of Abrachon sighted a large, stubbly-legged animal surfacing from the loch and propelling itself within 50 yards of the shore where MacDonald stood. MacDonald reported his sighting to Loch Ness water bailiff Alex Campbell and described the creature as looking like a salamander. And
Huh.
that's what some reports have been. Like, it actually has like these little legs, like fins, and it's
Yeah.
come to the shore of Loch Ness. There's been reports of that.
Um, so, we're talking about the surgeon's photo and everything.
Yeah.
Well, this guy I'm about to talk about was kind of part of that. So he had some involvement. To what extent, I don't know, with the surgeon's photo.
Yeah.
So this guy is a big game hunter.
Okay.
His his name is Marmaduke
Marmaduke.
Wetherell. He claimed to have found footprints of the Loch Ness monster.
Yeah.
Which, that's always confused me. How do you find footprints of a creature that is reported to be a swimming creature? But anyway.
I would think it's more like the plesiosaurus with the fins, kind of like
Yeah.
feet but
That-
fins,
that-
flippers.
When I think of Loch Ness monster, I think it's something that has the fins kind of like a seal or something like that.
Like
But
the long neck and head, the fins for the feet, like the flippers. and
I
like
don't
the tail.
think it comes out of the water.
People have seen it come out of the water. We can
I've
get into
heard
some of those signs
I've heard reports of somebody saying that they saw
on the
large,
shoreline.
large one and a small one eating apples along the shoreline.
Yeah, I think they can come up to the shore.
But anyway, this Marmaduke guy was a big game hunter
Yeah.
in the 30s.
Yeah.
And he claims to have found footprints. Needless to say, I think it has flippers, not feet.
Yeah,
but
I would say
anyway,
flippers, yeah. I
that
don't
is-
think he can go too far
Hey,
from the
we're
shore.
not getting back past this flipper foot thing.
Okay.
But anyway, he finds footprints.
Yeah.
You're not seeing me making motions if you just listen to me. I'm trudging. I don't understand the footprints.
Yeah, I don't
But
either.
he finds footprints, and it later comes out that back in the 30s, taxidermied hippo feet were a thing. Hippo foot
Wow.
umbrella holders is what they were. They held people's umbrellas. They were hippo feet made into umbrella holders. And some say that it was hippo feet ashtray. It was a hippo foot ashtray. But
Oh my word, that's weird.
what the main thing I heard was that it was a
Poor hippos.
they took the foot of a hippo and turned it into an umbrella holder. Like you're going out on the beach and these big beach umbrellas,
Yeah,
the hippo foot is what they was holding the umbrella up.
it's weird.
Yes. But what he did, he was said to have had some of these hippo feet, and he made tracks with the hippo feet in the sand of Loch Ness.
So he's
And
a
si-
hoaxer.
Yes, he said these are Loch Ness footprints. They were stuffed hippo feet footprints.
Wow. Which doesn't even
Yeah.
make any sense for a sea creature to have hippo feet. Like I said, flippers.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
But
Flippers.
I think it was his son, if I remember right, it was his son that helped with the surgeon's photo, the little faking.
I don't know if this would have some, because this is 1933, but it says Aldi McKay, 1933. The best known article that first attracted a great deal of attention about a creature was published on May 2nd, 1933 in the Inverness Courier about a large beast or whale-like fish. The article by Alex Campbell, water bailiff for Loch Ness and part-time journalist, discussed a sighting by Aldi McKay of an enormous creature with the body of a whale rolling in the water in the loch, while she and her husband John were driving on the A82 on 15th April 1933. The word monster was reportedly applied for the first time in Campbell's article, although some reports claim that it was coined by editor Evan Barron.
So, so I pulled up some more about the Marmaduke.
Oh, Marmaduke. So that
Yeah.
was the guy that did the fake hippo feet.
So not only did he do the fake hippo feet, I was saying that I thought it was his son that helped with the surgeon's photo. No, it was him.
Okay.
So he's a big time hoaxer.
Okay, so those two are hoaxers.
So Marmaduke hoaxed the surgeon's photo and the hippo feet.
Okay. I hate the ones that hoax like that because then when people have real sightings, it puts doubt because of the hoaxers.
So he did these hoaxes in the 1930s. Well, he died in 1939. So he did all this like just a few years before he died.
Wow.
But here's something about him though. Tell you a little. He was a big game hunter, but he was a British South African actor, screenwriter, producer, film director, and big game hunter. So he had access to all this stuff that he could hoax with.
That's awful.
Stupid.
So was that like the main big hoax thing?
Yeah, those were the two big main hoaxes, and they were done by Marmaduke.
By Marmaduke.
Those were the ones that were, people look at the photograph, surgeon's photo, and that's the photo that a lot of people go to and say, look, it is real.
Yeah.
No.
And there's a guy, and he's been researching in Loch Ness for like 40 years. He was on the documentary that we watched. But if y'all want to research him or look him up, his name was Adrian Craig. So, Adrian Craig. I guess I can give you all some more of these sightings because these are all reported. I've got George Spicer, and that was 1933. Modern interest in the monster was sparked by a sighting on July 22nd, 1933, when George Spicer and his wife saw a most extraordinary form of animal cross the road in front of their car. They described the creature as having a large body, about 4 feet, 1.2 meters high, and 25 feet long, and a long, wavy, narrow neck, slightly thicker than an elephant's trunk, and as long as the 10 to 12 foot width of the road. They saw no limbs. It lurched across the road toward the loch 20 yards away, leaving a trail of broken undergrowth in its wake. Spicer described it as the nearest approach to a dragon or prehistoric animal that I have ever seen in my life, and as having a long neck which moved up and down in the manner of a scenic railway. It had an animal in its mouth and had a body that was fairly big with a high back, but if there were any feet, they must have been on the web kind, flippers. And as for a tail, I cannot say, as it moved so rapidly, and when we got to the spot, it had probably disappeared into the loch. Though he was the first to describe the creature as a plesiosaur, like dinosaur, evidence suggests by researchers at Columbia University in 2013 proved his story to be fake. The university and Daniel Loxton suggested that Spicer's sighting was fictionalized and inspired by a long-necked dinosaur that rises out of the lake in King Kong. a film that was extremely popular in the cinemas in his home city of London during August 1933. When Spicer reported the sighting, Loxton and Donald Prothero later cited King Kong as evidently an influence on the Loch Ness monster myth.
Okay,
Huh?
I'm gonna give dubs to the longest reigning Nessie hunter. He's been hunting for Nessie since 1991.
Really? But that's not the Adrian Craig.
No.
He's been doing it for 40 years.
Well, this dude gave up his life, and okay, let me. I'll put it this way: this dude has dedicated his life to Loch Ness monster hunting. He cannot afford a boat. I'll tell you that. He does not have a boat. The way he looks for the monster is by sitting on the shoreline in his chair with his binoculars searching the rock for Loch Ness. But
that's pretty cool, though. He just camps out with his binoculars. I
So-
found it today. I gotta get a
he's
picture.
as of right now, as far as I know, he has never seen Loch Ness.
So he just sits
He's
out
never
there
seen
every day
Nessie.
looking. He's like, "Where are you at? Where are you at?"
He may does not watch this. You need to go on to YouTube and pull it up and see her doing that.
Where are you at? I don't see you. Oh, there you are.
But the guy's name is Steve Feltham. Feltham.
That's so cool, though. He just
But-
sits out there
but-
looking.
So he converted a bus into his home.
Okay, that explains a lot, too. I like this dude already. That's so cool.
So Steve lived in a converted mobile library camper van at the north end of Loch Ness. So he lived in a library
He lives
van.
by the lock, too. I love it. I love it. I love this dude's awesome.
I live in a van down by the river.
Or the river, the Loch Ness.
So he has been a full time. The other guy might not be a full-time Nessie hunter, but dude's full-time. He don't do nothing else but drive around the loch looking for Nessie.
He just drives around his home bus and parks out there with his binoculars.
He drives around in his library van looking out in the loch looking for Loch Ness.
You would think this dude would have seen Nessie by now since he lives out there. I love it. That's great.
This includes holding the Genesis
Guinness Book of World Records.
longest continuous visual searching for Loch Ness monster.
Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness.
His base is low-tech, relying primarily on a video camera and telescope pointed at the loch.
He's got a telescope, dude. Where you at? I'm gonna find you one of these days.
There it is, it's a log! His converted
Bless
vehicle.
his heart.
His,
I love it.
his converted vehicle includes a bed, desk, sink, and cooking burner.
Oh my word.
So you might be sitting here going, dude lives in a van down by the river, but how does he pay for his gas? He whittles little Loch Ness figurines out of wood while he's sitting there with his
So he
binoculars.
sells some Loch Ness figures to the tourists. huh?
Yes.
Wow.
He whittles his little Loch Ness
That's great. I
monsters.
love this dude already. He is great.
He whittles his little figures out of while he's sitting there with his
And his
camera
binoculars.
his telescope and his camera facing the lake. He's sitting there whittling, going, one of these days, I'm gonna see Nessie. Ness is gonna pop up right there. I don't know what it looks like, but I'm whittling one right now.
Where you at?
Idiot.
Oh, speaking of dinosaurs, we've got a Dealey dinosaur here that she had to come say hello. So, all right, Dealey. All right, Dealey.
Anyway, good. It's great that you don't have a boat.
I know, right? How do we know he doesn't have a boat that he's converted to, that he goes out there in with his binoculars? He sits out in his boat like this.
His library boat van?
Yeah, his library boat van. There we go. He might. We don't know. He might go out there with his binoculars, too.
Maybe.
Oh, man.
His main objective is not necessarily to prove the monster's existence, but to uncover the truth behind the alleged sightings. Like, dude, I'm going to prove this thing. Maybe not to you, but I'm going to prove it to myself.
He's determined. That's, there's some Bigfooters that have that determination, too. They're determined to catch Bigfoot. Well, at least get some evidence.
Anyway.
I believe they're out there, too. I do. I'll believe it.
I don't even know what you said. Sorry.
I said I bet there's some Bigfooters out there that are just as determined as he is to get evidence.
I'm going to be that way. I'm going to leave everything, park my van out in the woods.
Have your binoculars in your lawn chair.
Live in the van out by the pine tree.
Do some tree knocks and some whoop.
Anyway.
So, yeah, I believe in Bigfoot, though. I just see him on infrared. I believe.
You're kind of getting out of the screen there.
Okay, well, I'm trying to keep Dealey from...
I don't care what you're doing. Get him over here.
So, anyway. That's pretty funny. I love that. That's great. Some people really want to get into their research, for sure. But I believe in Nessie.
So,
I definitely do, just from all the sightings. I think there's something out there, and it could be a plesiosaurus that never died out.
So our buddy Craig's listening.
Many of them.
Our buddy Craig is listening.
Hey, Craig.
And so I figured out what we're going to do. We're going to sit him up with the van out in the woods.
Yeah, there you go.
To be the Bigfoot hunter.
Yeah, get your lawn chair, your binoculars, and your telescope, and all that good stuff.
I know this place for him to go. Whittle some Bigfoot.
Whittle some Bigfoots to sell. Yeah, there you go.
You don't need much.
I believe it, though. Jokes aside, I do believe. I'm a believer. So, I guess I'll pull up some about Ogopogo and Champ, too. Again, they're described as being just like Loch Ness Monster. It's the same kind of deal. But this is in Canada, eh? So, they're seeing them up there, too. Which I have watched some interesting programs that have the same theory as I do. Some researchers that are into the science of dinosaurs and things like that think they could be the plesiosaurus that just really never died out because them being a sea living creature.
As far as these creatures go, it's really hard, a lot harder for us to prove that they exist because they do live in the water. Okay,
so here we go with Ogopogo.
Ogopogo.
Ogopogo. Ogopogo.
Okay. It makes me think that he's on a pogo stick.
I know, on a pogo stick. That's why I bounced a little.
I don't mind that either.
Hey. Okay, so Ogopogo is it makes me think of Marco Polo, too. It just sounds kind of Marco Polo.
Pogo.
Polo.
No, you got that wrong. It's Pogo.
Oh, Pogo. Ogo.
Pogo.
So, is a legendary lake monster said to inhabit Okanagan Lake in British Columbia, Canada. It's described as a large serpentine creature, sometimes compared to the Loch Ness Monster. The creature is often depicted with a horse or goat-like head, and its length is estimated to be between 40 and 80 feet. The legend is rooted in the folklore of the region's First Nations people who believed in a lake spirit called Nehatiak. I hope I said that right.
You didn't.
Which was later associated with the Ogopogo. Here's a more detailed look at the Ogopogo origins. The name Ogopogo is derived from the English music hall song, the Ogopogo. However, the concept of the lake monster in Okanagan Lake predates this, stemming from the First Nations belief in the Nehatiak, a powerful and sometimes dangerous water spirit. The physical description, and this is eyewitness accounts. Again, I'm a believer.
We all know that.
Eyewitness accounts vary, but Ogopogo is generally described as a large snake-like creature with a long body, sometimes with humps. The head is often described as resembling a horse, goat, or even a snake. Some accounts also mention horns or nodules on the head. This creature has a behavior.
They all do.
Ogopogo is often described as moving with great speed, coiling and uncoiling its body in the water. Some stories depict it as a fearsome creature that demands sacrifices for safe passage across the lake. However, other accounts portray it as a benevolent, though mysterious presence. Ogopogo has become a beloved cultural icon in British Columbia, especially in the Okanagan Valley. The legend attracts tourists and has inspired various artists in commercial representations of the creature. There is a scientific explanation. While the existence of Ogopogo as a real creature is not scientifically proven yet, various theories have been proposed to explain the sightings, including misidentified logs, large fish, or even prehistoric creatures like, this one's different than the plesiosaurus. They're saying a Basilosaurus, which I guess would be another type of a sea dinosaur.
Yeah.
We might have to look up the Basilosaurus. And then there's some pictures in Canada that have been done by artists and things to depict the Ogopogo. Some of them are kind of cool what these artists have done. So I'm going to post some of those on our page tonight again, along with some of the other things.
You talking about what people thought that Ogopogo could be? And some of these, talking about being serpent and stuff, made me think about, like the Loch Ness Monster. Some people think it could be like an eel.
Yeah,
I know we
like
talked
a large eel.
Talked about that. It could be, it's an eel is kind of snake-like, but it's not scaly. It's pretty slimy.
Right.
Then some people think it could have been a plesiosaurus.
Plesiosaurus, yeah.
There's one where they thought that the Loch Ness could be a Greenland shark or an otter. You see a group of otters out there.
Yeah.
You see a group of otters out there. It might
they
look
can
like,
make the humps in the waves. Yeah.
So
that's true too, but I'm still a believer.
I'm not saying that I don't believe. I'm just saying that there's a lot of possibilities out there too.
Oh yeah. I guess I just think, some dinosaurs like that may not have gone extinct because they're, ocean and water dwelling things that can kind of hide, much like our Bigfoot is elusive and hides in the many, many woods throughout the Americas,
And that I've seen where...
Well, not just America.
I seen times where, like the creek out by where I grew up,
Yeah.
would get flooded, and logs and stuff flowing down the
Yeah,
creek.
that's
And
true.
there's been times where I'm like, what the hell is that? And
Sean,
seriously, I'm like, what the hell is that? Oh, it's
ready
a
to
log.
pull your gun on it. What's that? Well, y'all did have some, what are those, cottonmouths coming
Yeah.
at y'all that time y'all were out there and you had to get
No,
your
this was
pistol out?
that was his buddy's house.
Oh, it was? Okay. But,
Anyway.
I mean, all joking aside, too, and even talking about the possibility of hoaxes, my personal opinion, I feel like this world is so big and we haven't even scratched the surface of what's out
No.
there. And I'm definitely a crypto believer. I do believe these things are out there. There's been too many sightings, and it's the same with Bigfoot. I'm a definite believer. Our good buddy that's listening, he's had many encounters with them that we've talked about, so I know he knows they're real too. So
I I'm throwing this out there. I mean, we've talked quite a bit about Loch Ness, and we haven't talked much about Ogopogo or Champ,
yeah,
and we're already nearly 40 minutes into the show.
yeah.
I think we can carry this over into another show and continue talking about some.
Yeah, we could actually do that. We could bring y'all Champ on our next episode, which is the other Canadian. This is on Lake Champlain.
No,
which...
Champ is over there on the border of New York and Vermont.
Okay, so it's kind of near Canada, but it's still American.
It's in North American, or it's the United States.
Oh, see, I didn't realize that. So we will bring y'all Champ, and then we might do some other river monster stuff. We might find some more to add to that and finish it up.
I know that there's some other Nessie hunters that I found, that I've heard about that are pretty neat.
Okay, cool, yeah. So we might bring us some more.
Too.
We'll make this a two-parter on river monsters and that, y'all. How about that?
Lake monsters.
Lake monsters. Are they real? Are they hoax? I think they might be real.
Are we crazy?
I love the cryptid stuff too, y'all. I mean, I love the paranormal and the ghosts too. That's another one of our big things that we really love. That and aliens, but I'm definitely into the cryptid stuff too. I believe it. I believe you if you believe. I believe too.
I believe that you believe.
I believe that you believe.
But, yeah. So what do you think?
I think it's been good. And y'all got to meet our little monster over there. Hey, Daly.
She got her cow?
Yeah.
Anyway. I hope y'all enjoyed the first part of this episode.
And we'll bring y'all part 2, hopefully next week, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Hopefully, maybe. It's summertime, hopefully.
Anyway. Yeah, there's my mouse. Okay. I think that's all I had for today. I want to do some more research on the river monsters.
Yeah. Like we said, we will definitely bring y'all part 2, and next weekend we'll finish it up with some Champ and some more river monster stuff and legends. There's some all over the world, and we can really dive into some of this for y'all. Tonight, go to our Facebook page. That's Paranormal Adventures with Sean and Krystal on Facebook.
If you have anything you want to share with us,
definitely.
Go to or send us an email on paranormaladventures2@gmail.com. And
and I'm gonna put the pictures on the page tonight.
So a little update. I was update everybody on this here first. Y'all know I've been part of the Paranormal Roundtable and Paranormal Adventures, and it's been stressful on me. So Craig and Richard are going to keep the Paranormal Roundtable going. I know I'll probably jump in there on occasions here and there.
Yeah, I probably will too from time to time.
But I'm not going to be on the round table full time anymore. I'm
focusing on our
They're going to focus
show.
on that one. We're going to focus on this one. but we're gonna keep both of them going.
Yeah,
So,
they're definitely both going to be going.
uh,
This guy's got a lot on his plate too, with work and volunteer fire department. So, Lieutenant Sean now. Proud of him.
let's see. I'm trying to remember what the next episode of the round table is gonna be.
Yeah, we'll find out, and that way y'all can check that out. Keep following them too, because like he said, they've got theirs coming up soon. Oh, also prayers, y'all, because our buddy Craig Wilkes, his dad, has been very, very sick and has had to go to the hospital and had to have procedures done due to cancer. So please, you guys, say prayers for him and his family. And stay tuned to them, because when they're able to, they'll be bringing you their next episode.
Their next episode is about a serial killer from our great state of Arkansas.
Yeah, it's going to be really good.
Named Ronald Gene Simmons. So y'all be ready to listen to that, and I think after that one they're going to get back into some of the cryptids and stuff like that. So
yes,
there's going to be diving back into some of these crazy monsters we got running around this world. So anyway,
yeah,
y'all listen to them, listen to us, and have a great week till we talk to you again.
Yeah, have a great week, and try to stay cool, and we'll talk to you next weekend.
See you on the flip side. Good job.
Good job to you too, baby. I love you.
Love you. Okay, so
We make a good team.
yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna get stuff ready for us to go eat and everything. We'll go eat and then go on our little